Hey, you guys, this video's probably been a long time coming. You know, you get to a certain point in your life and you say, you know what, this has been a ride. Like, this has been a roller coaster of a journey, and this is my story. As you guys know, we just got back from our hair sourcing trip, just came back into the country, and while I was there, we went to buy our Russian hair, and for those of you who are like, this is your first Jace Beauty video watching, we went to go buy our Russian hair and get all stocked up and you know, look at the new fresh batches and see what was there and plan for the future, product lines and things like that. And while I was there, you know, I really had a chance to reflect and think about where I've been and what got me here and what my, you know, the ups and the downs and the defeats and the victories and all those types of things. And it's funny, it's funny, you know, when you really think about the different things and different experiences you've had and what's brought you to this point. And I guess I'm of the age to start reflecting. I'm like a hot minute away from being 40. Yeah, not that hot. Not that hot of a minute, but I'm getting there. Okay, I'm still in my 30s, but I'm getting there. And I guess I'm of the age to really start reflecting. But I think about what my life could have been. My dad wanted me to be a lawyer. My mom was a librarian, so she was just pro education, you know. That's just all I heard, you know. So, but me, I wanted to be a news anchor. Go figure. I wanted to be a news anchor, right? And so when I graduated college, I moved to Atlanta, got a job at CNN, and stayed there for some time, and did some, you know, little reporting and on-camera work, and it was fun. It was really, really fun. It was very fun. I actually remember walking into the vice president of Headline News, walking into his office, and walking into his office, and one of the anchors that morning had made some, you know, error on the reading on the teleprompter, and I remember walking into his office and saying, if you put me on the anchor desk, that would never happen. I guarantee you that I would blah 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 blah, right? And so he gave me a shot. He said, be in makeup tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. And I was just like, like, what did I just do? And I got up, I went into makeup the next morning at 6 a.m. And bless her heart, the makeup artist, I think she was used to doing other ethnicities, because my makeup, I mean, my lips were like this. Anyway, tragic. And ratchet. And so anyway, she was probably a very good makeup artist, okay? It just wasn't working for me. So I sat at the news desk, and because I was so cocky when I went into his office, they gave me the hardest script to read. Like, when I say international news, it wasn't just like, you know, I'm trying to think back then, because this was 15 years ago, maybe? I don't know. I mean, it was a lot. This was years and years ago. So I don't remember what was going on at that time, but it was a lot of news from the Middle East. So those names were, I mean, just unbelievably difficult. And you should have seen me. When you talk about a fail, like fail. And they knew that, you know, he just wanted to break me down a little bit, you know? And so, so then a producer said, you know what, you're not ready for the anchor desk, but I want you to come and do some reporting, and I want you to come and work with us, and da-da-da-da. With the latest news from the CNN Airport Network, I'm Nicole Thomas. So that's kind of where it started, and And so, you know, my love for being on camera has always been there ever since I was a child. And you know, you always have these fairy tale dreams of, you know, what your future is gonna look like and how it's gonna all come together. Woo! And God has a different plan, has a different, you know, just has a different plan. And so I think there's some trains in the background. So anyway, and I was single then at CNN. Then I met this man. And he swept me off my feet. And wonderful, wonderful man. Wonderful man of God. Integrity, very strong. The thing I liked about him was that he was not flaky. So many dudes are so flaky, so flaky, so flaky. But this man was strong, you know, and he didn't waver, and he didn't let me get away with stuff, you know. But I really liked that. I really liked that. So he swept me off my feet, and we got married in '98. Got married. And it was just, you know, you're thinking that, okay, this is going to be a fairy tale, like storybook fairy tale. You know, you're going to start your life, have children, and it's going to be wonderful. And so we got pregnant with my son, and that was a wonderful, beautiful day. And I probably have pictures of me in labor. I wanted to stay home as long as I could, right? Because I was just not trying to be laying up in the hospital somewhere for like 30 hours trying to push a baby out. So I think I have some pictures. Maybe I'll insert them. If you don't see an insert, it's because I couldn't find a picture. But so anyway, I don't want this video to be like 5 hours long, so let me try to hurry up. Anyway, we got pregnant, and we thought it was just going to be just fabulous. Fabulous. And when I tell you all hell broke loose, like all hell broke loose, okay? And when we were getting married, we decided to buy a restaurant. You know, we always wanted to be business owners, and we bought a restaurant, and it was awesome. It was in Buckhead, in, you know, for those of you who know Atlanta, really nice area. Okay, we bought a restaurant. And we went on our honeymoon. We did the deal, closed the deal, went on our honeymoon, and coming back, lovebirds. And we were like, okay, let's, you know, grab some supplies and let's go down to the restaurant. And we're walking, you know, taking pictures. We pull out the key, click, 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 click. Like, why doesn't our key work? Like, why doesn't our key work? So we called our, you know, our broker who had done the deal, and apparently, the person who sold us the restaurant resold the restaurant to someone else while we were on our honeymoon. Like, how, where'd they do that? No, I'm joking. Like, how does that happen? Like, who does that? Okay. So anyway, we didn't lose our money. We bought another business. We bought a coffee house this time, and bought a coffee house, and it was beautiful. Like, it was really, really beautiful. Bought a coffee house with the money that was in escrow from the restaurant. We bought another business, and we thought that was going to be great. And it was literally the most hellish experience I think I've ever had. And it was a you know, when everything starts caving in and closing in on you at one time, that's basically what happened. So I'm pregnant. I was working. My husband was managing the coffee house and running that, and that was our baby. And everything just began to dry up. The location was bad because it wasn't, you know, anyway, it just, anything you could do wrong, okay, in terms of buying a restaurant or a food service type place, we did wrong. It wasn't facing the right street. Anyway, it was bad. And then, okay, you know, we invested a lot of money, and it just started to dry up and dry up and dry up. And here I am with this baby now, okay, my son was born, and I'm looking around like, what is this? What in the world? Like, where did all this come from? I was just on my honeymoon a minute ago, like what? And it got really bad. It got really bad. Bad where, okay, I don't have any deodorant. Who can I borrow $5 from to get deodorant? Like, wondering, okay, opening up the refrigerator and there being like nothing in there. Like nothing in there. Okay, how do you breastfeed your child when you can't eat? Like, and so it was rough. And let me say this. Let me rewind the tape a little bit because I skipped something. When I was about to deliver my son, I was about to deliver my son in 6 weeks, and my dad, who had walked me down the aisle and was like popping Motrin and Advil, and we were like, Dad, what's wrong? Like, and he was kind of losing weight. We were thinking, is he okay? Like, you need to go to the doctor. Well, you know, that didn't happen because, you know, he just didn't go. And then when it really got bad, he went to the doctor. And mind you, I'm pregnant. Okay, I'm kind of going to rewind a little bit because I skipped. He went and pancreatic cancer. And I don't know, it was like stage 3. Anybody who knows cancer, anybody who knows pancreatic cancer knows it's a beast. It's a beast, like beast. By the time you know you have it, you're so far gone and it has just ravaged your body to such a degree that, I mean, you know, there's no coming back. And so he walked me down the aisle in pain, and we knew he was in pain, we just didn't know what it was. So here I am, you know, almost a year later, and I'm about to deliver my first, and I get a call that my dad passed away, and I can't fly up there. You know, I couldn't fly up there to help my brother who was taking care of him, and so I'm about to deliver a baby in 6 weeks. I gotta climb into our car, drive 15 hours, put my dad in the ground. My mom wasn't doing well at that time. The business is failing. No money, like not a pot or a window, okay, like nothing. And let me say this, you know, my mom was there, you know, and of course, you know, if we needed help, she helped, but we stopped telling her, you know, that we needed help. Dwayne, my husband's parents were there, and I mean, my gosh, they're there to help, but we just didn't want that, so we didn't tell them. and you know, they afterwards found out, like, why didn't you tell us? We were there, we could have helped. But we just didn't, we didn't, right? And because you get help as you're struggling, and you get to a point where you say, you know what, enough. We're just gonna go through this because we gotta go through it, you know? And so went up there, put my dad on the ground. I'm looking at my mom, knowing that she's not doing well either. They have been married for 30 years, and you know how that story goes. And so came back to Atlanta. We were living in Atlanta at that time. Came back to Atlanta, and said, okay, all right, gotta do this. And had my son, and then we started chapter 2.